Well, it is getting cold outside and cold quickly tonight.
Very, very cold. Our chief meteorologist Matt Laubhan put on his jacket. He headed outside. Matt, we gonna break any of these cold records tonight?
It's a reminder that cold, of course, is a relative term. And relative to where we are this time of year, we're running more than 2 weeks ahead of where we should be. We are talking about a first freeze, and that is exactly what we are tracking for later on tonight. We're well on our way to those values at this point here. Checking out the latest temperatures on a storm tracker here. We're showing 44 the current temperature in the Tupelo area. And as I mentioned a moment ago, a little bit of frost on at least some of the vehicles here. A reminder that we measure that temperature up high, not at CERT ground level. So frost can form before the reading that we're giving you actually hits the freezing point, because cold air tends to pool closer to the surface. But as you can see, we're only, 4 degrees away from the freezing point in Oxford right now, and 5 degrees away in Corinth. It's a reminder that probably by next hour, some folks will be down below the freezing point, putting us between 10 and 12 hours in some locations where we'll be below freezing, and that could obviously cause some issues. You compare to where we're at 24 hours ago, we're somewhere between 5 and 10 degrees cooler than we were at this point last night. A reminder that we're going to be a lot cooler for early tomorrow morning versus where we are at right now. So hard freeze warnings in effect for all locations here across North Mississippi and all the locations across Mississippi in general. They extend all the way down to the coast, as we are expecting a very chilly night on the way here. But with that in mind, as we talk about the cold air, and there's a lot of different ways we have to, start thinking about this and different mindsets. One that just kind of came to mind as I was thinking about getting our kids ready for school tomorrow morning is the fact when you get ready to put them in the car, right, put them in that car seat, if you have a new nice jacket that you have them in, it's really puffy, you would have to loosen these, right? The problem is when you start loosening these too much to fit that nice new jacket in there, what ends up happening is there's too much room, so it actually makes the car seat less safe. So a lot of times you want to get the car warmed up, put the kids in the car, buckle them in their normal clothes, and they have to change into a coat. I know that's kind of a pain, but it's more of a safety issue and just one of those things to keep in mind, that those puffy jackets really aren't, while they keep them warm, aren't safe when you start talking about the car seats there. We'll look in more detail at how this compares to records and a big warm-up that's on the way coming up here in a few minutes.